of August, he needs time to look at them, and he couldn't rush into. It can't be said that he's shielding them because he needs time to have looked at it and determine if there is any issues and deal with them. And then my learned friend, Mr. Ongoya, made a very funny comment saying that there is a certain impropriety in the governor meeting the MCS. It is our position that there is absolutely no impropriety in the possibility of leaders meeting. And there is the contention, therefore, that the governor met some MCS is completely misplaced. Now, I would like to say a few more things before I go to the next step. The first one is to say, Mr. Speaker, sir, on our preliminary objection, that there is unanimity on all the three experts on the two most material issues. The first one is that they are all unanimous that they cannot confirm whether the three MCS voted. They cannot confirm that. Now, when you juxtapose that with the affidavit of the developer of the software, Mr. Alfred Korir, at page 23, at paragraph 23, sorry, where he says it is simple, accurate, verifiable, particularly emphasis on the use of the words verifiable, secure, and accurate. To the extent, therefore, that he intended this system to be verifiable and accurate, to the extent that we cannot determine who the three MCS, whether or not the three MCS voted, to the extent that we cannot do that, it is true then that this paragraph is bailed out. It is not true that that system was verifiable. The second thing that they are all agreed on the other thing that the witness agreed on is that indeed the records of the county assembly contain details of the payroll and ID numbers for the various MCS, and that if somebody was determined to get them, especially within the establishment of the county assembly, they could get them. With those, in that context, therefore, it is our contention that indeed it was possible for somebody else to vote, and that the three experts admit that if you get those credentials, you could vote. So that there are those two admissions, Mr. Speaker, sir, and honorable senators. Number one, that with the credentials, anybody could have voted for those MCS. And number two, that they are not able to trace back those three votes to the three MCS. Now, the last thing I wish to say, as I spare a few minutes for my client, is that we would like, honorable senators and Mr. Speaker, sir, that you take on board these as you consider the propriety of that system that was used to vote. Number one, we pointed out in the course of testimony that indeed the answer has been edited. It has been edited so that it is not consistent with the audio recording of the events. Number two, it is true that a few minutes before the movement of the motion on 6th of August, by the mover of motion, who, as we cross-examined him, we maintain is in collusion with the speaker, 6 MCAs, there was an attempt to remove 6 MCAs with a view to reducing the numbers or otherwise to intimidate them to support the impeachment of the governor. Number three is the question that indeed there was an option to do a roll call voting. Nobody, not even my learned colleagues for the county assembly, have explained why they could not just take a straight and simple process that could have resolved the issue. And for all those reasons, and then the rush to set up this thing at night and to insist on using it, even when the nays, I'd say, were louder than the ayes. For all those reasons, Mr. Speaker, sir, and honorable senators, we pray as a first line of our prayers that you do find that the system was not adequate to satisfy you that any voting took place and that the 2/3 threshold was met. As a second line, we pray that you do find that indeed no evidence and no material and no grounds have been adduced adequate to place a requirement on you to impeach the governor. With that said, Mr. Speaker, sir, I have 4 more minutes. I would like to request my client to just say a few minutes within that time limit.
Mr. Speaker, sir, and the honorable senators of this great house, the upper house, I stand again before you this evening, even as we make our final submission, that, first of all, I'm grateful for the time the senators have sat for these 3 days and under your leadership, and to also indicate that, as my lead counsel have indicated, we have made our submissions on the circumstances that has been laid on me. Mr. Speaker, the report, as I said in my earlier remarks, came to me at the 5th, and it was sent to my offices. I received it on 6th, addressed to the clerk, addressed to the county secretary, and marked to the Public Service Board, another address to me. It's on that same very day that the impeachment motion was tabled. It was then very difficult for me to have sat at that time to analyze the reports and be able to make implementation. I wish to state here, Mr. Speaker, sir, that as we ponder over this matter, during this period of impeachment right from the Assembly to where we are today, the EACC and the DCIE wrote to the county government of Kericho requesting documents for the same issues that has been mentioned. As a governor, I instructed the officers responsible, the county secretary, to submit the documents to the respective investigating agencies for action. I wish to commit before you, Mr. Speaker. I know how weighty the matters are before us. Mr. Speaker, I wish to submit before you and the senators that, given a chance again, I'll be able to implement the reports in totality and also be able to implement what the investigation agencies, as the DCI and the EACC, will recommend for us to act upon. We further commit, Mr. Speaker, sir, that where there is elements of culpabilities, not only for now, but even in the future, on the state officers, it is my commitment that as we take leadership of Kericho to a step higher and notch, that we will do whatever possible to protect the resources of our people. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, sir, and the honorable senators, as an individual, I know that I do not claim perfection. I have flaws just like any other human being. My 2 years journey in political leadership has been learning of lessons. And when I look around the political environment that we have been, I pray to this Senate that should I get a chance from this great house, I would also set upon myself to be able to reach out to the entire leadership of Kericho County, especially the MCS and their speaker and also the deputy governor, and be able to strike a working relationship with them, of course, together with the senator of Kericho County and the members of parliament from the county government of Kericho, and be able to strike a working relationship with them so that, Mr. Speaker, it allows us, because this is the second last financial year before really the end of this 5-year cycle, to allow us to be able to deliver for the people of Kericho County. We have had our triumphs, we have had also our challenges, just like any other leadership and any flaws. And Mr. Speaker, I rise to, as I conclude, to speak to the great churches here and the senators here that have been listening to this case, that as you have listened and the evidence adduced to you, that the processes has been tabled to you, showing how flawed it was. But however, I offer myself that out of this, we will be able to step up the leadership of Kericho County and people again to work together with a great energy and strike a reconciliatory tone so that we are able to deliver for the mandate of our people. I wish to thank the honorable senators for the opportunity you have given us and the time you have given to listen to us. I know it's been a challenging time. It's also been trying for me, psychologically torturing, and it's been one of my lowest moments to be here in this Senate again for the second time. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I pray that the senators will find a place in their hearts to look into the matters that we have raised and give us a chance again to work for the great people of Kericho County. Asanteni sana, and may God bless all of us. Asante sana.
Now, honorable senators, ladies and gentlemen, having concluded the closing statements by the parties, the Senate will proceed into a camera session for 15 minutes, pursuant to Rule 27 of the Rules of Procedure. That is for the hearing and determination on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Dr. Eric Mutai, the Governor of Kericho County. The objective of the in-camera session is to ensure that the process is concluded seamlessly, timeously, and in line with the requirements set out under the Constitution and the County Government Act and the Senate Standing Orders. Now, honorable senators, during this session, the parties, all members of public and the media will be expected to withdraw from the chamber and the galleries, and any form of broadcasting from the chamber shall cease forthwith. Consequently, I now direct the parties, all members of the public and media, to withdraw from the chamber and the galleries, and that any form of broadcast from the chamber to cease forthwith. It is now 9:35. We will resume open session at exactly 9:50. Thank you.